Hey guys, what's going on? Bob here in the video vault, and trying to squeeze another video in here so you're not waiting a month for another update. And it happens to be a really good mail day Monday here. I've got a bunch of packages and stuff I want to kind of open up with you. I know what they are for the most part. I think I've got a pretty good list going of stuff. I've been doing a ton of trading and buying and selling in groups on Facebook. As I talked about in my last video, these all come, with the exception of one, these all come from the same groups and stuff. So there's a bunch of stuff here. Most of them are just one or two discs. I believe this is a handful of discs, I hope. And so I'm going to get started. Actually, I'm going to start right off with this box here and see what I got. Pretty sure I know which ones these were. Yeah, very well packaged too, so that's always a plus. Awesome. Okay, so I picked up a copy of The Devil's Rejects on just, these are all standard DVD. I actually had House of a Thousand Corpses, which is not really is anywhere really near as good as this one. I had House of a Thousand Corpses and didn't have this, so I picked this up. This is a Rob Zombie film, and this is apparently the unrated edition, and it's 2 discs, so that's pretty cool. I had this at one point, and it was just a 1-disc, pretty bare bones. I actually think it had been a rental copy. Is what I had before, so I really like this one. He even had the receipt in here, so let's see what he paid. $22 for this originally. Not bad. I didn't pay anywhere near $22, so got The Devil's Rejects. And this is the 20th anniversary edition of Hellraiser. I actually had not seen this movie until recently, and it's one of my fiance's favorite series, or at the very least the first one character-wise. So she introduced me to the Hellraiser movies. I knew what they were, of course. I just never seen it. I actually thought it was a lot more sci-fi than it turned out to be, and apparently they kind of get a little bit more sci-fi as the series goes on. I've never seen any of them but the first one, but I actually really liked this a lot. So I picked this up for us because we didn't have a DVD copy. She actually had just had the VHS, so we're upgrading. And the receipt is in this one too, and this was only $5. I didn't pay $5, so still a good deal. And then the last one I got from the same guy. This is the Something Weird video release of The Wizard of Gore. And I've actually never seen this movie at all, but I've always wanted to. So for a good cheap deal in in the trade that I got here, I picked this up. This is a classic, apparently, Herschel Gordon Lewis classic film. So a couple of good DVDs there in that first trade. So actually those ones that were not a trade, that was something I just purchased from him, but I think I paid $2 a piece for those. So good deals on those videos there. And this is one we're going to go into. This is actually something I ordered from Best Buy, and so I know what that is here. And this is the Planet of the Apes Legacy Edition. So that's this is all five discs of the Planet of the Apes. It's Planet of the Apes, Beneath the Planet of the Apes, Escape from the Planet of the Apes, Conquest of the Planet of the Apes, and Battle for the Planet of the Apes. That's all 5 of those movies there. These are the originals, and this is the Blu-ray set. So really good deal on this. If you enjoy the Planet of the Apes movies, which I do, I love the Planet of the Apes movies. I always have. They used to show them on like American Movie Classics, and they do a whole day's worth of Planet of the Apes, or over a couple of days they'd show all these movies, and I always love watching them. If you are a fan, this is really cheap from Best Buy. The DVDs are like $15, and the Blu-rays were like $20. So really good deal on that. They also have a slightly different box set for a whole heck of a lot more money, and I'm not sure what the differences were. Looking at it on their website and trying to figure it out through Amazon as well, didn't seem to be a lot of difference. They both have a ton of extras. They both had all the films, but this one was like 20 and the other one was like 50. So I would assume that there is some, more differences somewhere. I just couldn't figure out where. So I certainly wasn't going to pay $50 for something where I could get the same content basically for 20. And moving right along here, this comes from a guy named Mike. I don't recall what I got from him. Like I said, I've been doing so many trades and sales and stuff. I actually have a list on the computer, an Excel spreadsheet with everything that's keeping track, so I can make sure to thank people. I can also keep tabs on where things are, all the tracking numbers and all that stuff. So, yes. Okay, so this is a very bare bones Blu-ray, but I'm glad I picked it up for the price that he had it for, because it's been out of print for several years, and that is Rodney Dangerfield in Ladybugs. And I love this movie. It's great. It's one of my favorite Rodney Dangerfield movies. It's right up there for me with, Back to School, which I think was a different, that was, not that I don't love Back to School. I actually just watched it the other day. But there's like a generational thing, my dad really loved, Back to School. It was a little bit before my time. It was, that's early to mid 80s. And this was more 90s. So this is a movie that, like, my brother and I grew up on with Rodney Dangerfield. And this movie is really fun. It's basically Rodney Dangerfield is kind of, smooth talks his way into becoming a coach of his company's children's soccer league and stuff, so that he can try and work his way into a promotion, and he gets his stepson to dress as a girl because he's a really good soccer player and they're not. But this thing sells for like $50, $60 on Amazon because it's been out of print for a few years, and it's just kind of that culty kind of a movie that people want to get their hands on. I didn't pay anywhere near that for this. I got a really great deal, and nobody else really was interested in having it. Like I said up here, it's very bare bones. Oh, good packaging too. He put it into a separate thing so it didn't slip off. It's a good idea. Very bare bones. Nothing extra on here. Not even commentary, which is unfortunate. I would have liked to have heard a commentary, at least by the director. I believe that Rodney Dangerfield would have been dead before this Blu-ray was released. I can't find the year, but I would assume so. So, but anyway, Ladybugs, great kids movie. If you've not seen this, it's a fun movie. It's PG-13, so I guess it's not kid movie, but you know what I mean. Yeah, let's go on to the next thing here. This is from Mr. Dan. Let's see what I'm getting from here. Yes, so I finally upgraded. I liked this movie quite a bit, and I'm finally upgrading my my DVD over to Blu-ray of The Strangers. This is like a home invasion horror movie. So if you have not, if you're into that thing and you haven't seen it, this is a good one to go with. Slipcase on this is a little busted up shape, but that's okay. As long as the discs are good, that's really all I care about. This looks great. But this is a Liv Tyler movie. Basically, they, I don't remember if they moved into this house or if they're just staying in the house. It's been a few years since I saw this. I actually haven't seen it since it was theatrical. But I remember liking it, so I grabbed that, and I traded this for, boy, I don't remember. Might have been Children of the Corn, but I actually had Children of the Corn on HD DVD and Blu-ray, and what I've been doing lately actually is trading out some Blu-rays that I have, if I have it on HD DVD as well, because to me there really isn't a reason to have it on both medias. They're exactly the same quality for the most part. The transfers are pretty much the same, especially on some older Blu-rays. Like I have Blazing Saddles on Blu-ray and HD DVD, and they came out like at the same time. So the transfers are the same, the features are almost the same, and nobody's really going to want the HD DVD, so I figure I'll trade out the Blu-ray, which is something that people still are mostly collecting, and that way I can trade out and get something else that I'd rather have. I don't need multiple copies of. There's only a handful of movies in my collection that I really want to own multiple copies of. I've got Terminator 2, like I've said before, on every media, almost all the medias that it was released on, everything from VHS to Laserdisc and Blu-ray, DVD, everything. But that's one of the few that I want to do that with. I don't need Blazing Saddles on HD and Blu-ray. I don't even remember how I ended up with it on both. I probably forgot that I had it on Blu-ray and ended up on HD or whatever the case may be. But so that's kind of what I've been doing, trying to. If I've got it, if I've got it on HD or Blu-ray, I'll definitely get rid of the DVD or the VHS. And if I've got it on HD and Blu-ray, I might as well get rid of the Blu-ray only because that's something more people are going to want. You know, less really people don't care about HD, I guess. except for me, I love it. I mean, I don't see any. I've got 2 different HD DVD players. The quality is literally the same as Blu-ray when it comes to video. It's actually got better audio quality on a lot of them than Blu-ray does. So, you know, it's just one of those things that it didn't work out, but it benefits me because now that you can get great movies for a couple of dollars, as opposed to the equivalent of 20 or 30 or sometimes more on Blu-ray. So, but anyway, I've got one more package here, so let's take a look at this and open this up. I hope I know what this is, and I've been waiting for this for a little bit now here. I'm hoping it's what I think it is. Yes, it's exactly what I think it is. Awesome. And I should have bought this for myself a long time ago, but I'm glad I didn't because I got a much better deal on this, trading a couple of DVDs. I traded two Blu-rays and a little bit of cash for this. But I'm pretty stoked on finally adding this, and that is the Nightmare on Elm Street collection. And this is all the movies in the Nightmare saga right up through Wes Craven's New Nightmare. So you got the original Nightmare on Elm Street, Nightmare 2, Freddy's Revenge, Dream Warriors, Dream Mask to the Dream Child, Final Nightmare, and then finally New Nightmare. So the only thing that's missing from this is Freddy vs. Jason, which is fine. I don't really care about that. But I had picked this up. This was originally, and I don't believe it is anymore, but it was originally a Best Buy exclusive, and so I was working at Best Buy at the time, and I picked it up for my brother for, I believe it was Christmas or his birthday, I can't remember, and I never did pick one up for myself, so I'm glad, now I've actually got the set for myself, and I can, I didn't have the DVDs at all, like, individually. I did have, like, the 4 films horror sets that you see at Walmart for, like, $5 all the time, and so I had, some of the movies there, but I didn't have them all, and I certainly didn't have them on Blu-ray, and I'm glad that I was able to get this for super, super cheap, way less than you pay if you were going to grab it, retail, especially because I traded 2 Blu-rays for this, for movies that, it was Hollow Man and The Lookout. The Lookout I never even got around to watching, but I didn't pay very much for it. And Hollow Man I actually got for free when I was working at Best Buy. So, really good deal that I was able to get this for super cheap. So, but that's it. That's my mail day for the day, guys. So, thanks for watching, and hopefully, like I always say, hopefully you found something in here, maybe that you're piqued your interest, and you could check that out. But otherwise, I will see you again as soon as I get some more stuff in. All right, you guys have a great rest of your week.